The idyllic hamlet of Le Haut-Vernay, nestled high in the French Alps, was shattered by the disappearance of 2-year-old Emile Soleil. On a bright summer day in July 2023, the young boy vanished without a trace, leaving behind a community in shock and a family grappling with unimaginable fear. The image of Emile, a tiny figure last seen toddling down the village's only street, became seared into the minds of a nation, as the desperate search for the missing toddler dominated headlines. Whispers of the tragedy echoed through the mountains, a chilling reminder of the vulnerability of innocence against the unforgiving wilderness. Emile had been playing at his grandparents' home, a seemingly safe haven in the heart of the village. The day began like any other, filled with the simple joys of childhood. But as the sun began to dip below the mountain peaks, casting long shadows across the valley, a sense of unease settled upon the small community. Little Emile was nowhere to be found. His absence, stark and inexplicable, transformed the peace of the summer evening into an unbearable tension. The alarm was raised and the search for Emile began with a frantic urgency. Every resident of Le Haut-Vernay, their faces etched with worry, joined the desperate hunt for the missing child. The sound of their calls, echoing through the once tranquil valley, spoke volumes of their collective fear and determination. They scoured the village and the surrounding countryside, their hope flickering like a candle in the wind. As darkness descended, casting an eerie silence upon the mountainside, the initial optimism began to wane. The official search operation, spearheaded by the French police, was swift and extensive. Hundreds of officers, aided by sniffer dogs and helicopters, swarmed the area. They meticulously combed through dense woodland, their every step a testament to the gravity of the situation. Volunteers from neighboring villages and towns joined the search, their faces reflecting a shared sense of responsibility and dread. Despite their tireless efforts, days turned into weeks, and the trail of little Emile remained cold. The mystery deepened, casting a long shadow over the picturesque alpine village. 9 long months after Emile's disappearance, the village of Le Haut-Vernay was dealt another blow, one that transformed their lingering hope into crushing sorrow. A hiker, traversing a remote path high in the mountains surrounding the village, stumbled upon a chilling discovery: the skeletal remains of a small child, clothed in garments eerily familiar to those worn by Emile on the day he vanished. The news spread through the community like wildfire, extinguishing the last embers of hope, and replacing them with a numbing grief. Forensic experts descended upon the remote location, their meticulous work painting a grim picture of a tragedy shrouded in mystery. The identification of the remains as those of Emile Soleil confirmed everyone's worst fears, plunging the village into a state of collective mourning. The cause of death remained elusive, the passage of time and the elements erasing vital clues. However, the discovery of the remains, so far from the village center, added a sinister layer to the already perplexing case. The idyllic image of Le Haut-Vernay, once a symbol of rural tranquility, was forever tainted by the shadow of a tragedy that refused to be ignored. The investigation into Emile's death took a dramatic turn on 25 March 2025, almost a year after his disappearance, with the arrest of 4 members of his own family. Emile's maternal grandparents, the very individuals who had reported him missing, were taken into custody, along with 2 of their adult children, Emile's aunts and uncles. They were held on suspicion of voluntary homicide and concealment of a corpse, a development that sent shockwaves through the nation. The arrests, a stark reminder that even within the supposed sanctuary of family, darkness can lurk, marked a turning point in the investigation. The arrests, while shocking, were not entirely unexpected. Whispers and speculation had plagued the family since the early days of the investigation. The intense media scrutiny, fueled by the lack of concrete leads, had created an atmosphere of suspicion and doubt. Now, under the cloud of these arrests, the idyllic village of Le Haut-Vernay finds itself grappling with a tragedy far more complex and unsettling than anything it has ever known.